All right, we're back here. We're with Dark Kronikles here with Soulja GP.
What's
What's
going on,
going
guy?
on? Uh,
Hey, man, living the life, just living. You know what I'm saying?
Now you ready
So,
for give us a little backstory on I, one of your greatest matches, I believe. And is this the first time in a live crowd?
yeah, this is the first main event of IMF's live crowds. Yeah, this
All
is
right.
me versus the Sieve. I had an honor during the backyard days. The Sieve came in on one of Levi McDaniel's shows, and I ended up beating him in a uh, last man standing match. So I figured if we were gonna go all out for our first show, I'm gonna find like a pro. I'm gonna bring in a pro that I've had that people know that I've had problems with. So we set it up to where he was a mass wrestler in my backyard, and he won the shot. And then I think I ended up pinning you, Kron, for the IMF World Heavyweight title in a fatal four way. It was the Battle of the Midwest Four,
Yep.
and this is my first title defense on that reign.
Yep.
And
The main event, right? Three stages of hell.
this is how we chose. He wanted us, so he thought since he was the pro, he wanted a regular match, and then it was we were gonna do a hardcore street fight type thing. That's I'm a brawler. I'm not a technical wrestler. I'm a brawler. So and then we figured we'd end it the way we started out, and it was a last man standing at the end. So it was because the first match we had was last man standing. So, but it's evolved even more from then because I wrestled him again.
Yep. I've
So,
been at, I've been at quite a few of you two going at it. I've seen it live a few times, but this
so
is an exciting one.
the last one was at my dad's memorial for my dad. So this is it's the first time he got to see me wrestle, and it was like the only time he was able to actually be healthy enough to get out and watch me live. So this match means a lot to me,
I believe it was the
to be
only
honest.
time I actually got to shake the man's hand. So,
Yeah, and it's it means a lot. Just like I said, that's the reason why we chose to go at it again.
well,
That's
let's
why
get
we chose.
into it because it's a great match. I enjoy it. I'm sure everyone else will. Let's go.
I am fucking F right here in the house, baby.
Levi McDaniel's. I love that guy.
Yeah,
It's main
legend.
event time, everyone. This match
Great
is
guy
for
to
three
talk to. A
stages
lot of
of hell
experience.
match, and it's for the
This is the
IMF
first time that we
Heavyweight
used him
Championship. The first match will be a normal tables
as
match.
a ring announcer.
The
The ring
second match
announcer,
is a
yes.
bar fight, and
Didn't he
then
just do
the
something
third
recently on
match
one of the
is
shows?
the last
King
Yeah,
King of
and
Pela.
standing match.
he just whooped Freddie's ass. Well, Freddie got the win, but and
But
then
it
he came out.
that
And, it's Dirty Dad. It's Dirty Dad. That's
he
Dirty
had
Dog.
fun though. You
Dirty
could see
Donald
it.
Johnson Jr.
125 pounds,
Ooh, there's the C.
That's right, baby. This is my house. This is
It's
my
crazy.
house.
Every time I'm feuding
Look
with
at that.
somebody, every time I'm feuding with somebody, that Myers kid's always got to be around.
With his hair chopped off.
And then that old motherfucker.
Oh God, Remington Striker.
We were actually like really excited about how well the crowd
It
was
was
that night.
packed. You see that place?
I always want to go back, but the guy's like, I'm not a wrestling fan. Even though we brought him a hell of a lot of money
Yeah.
that night. They made over $1,000 at the bar
Ooh.
just in that room and just in this venue. Not talking
Yeah.
about the bar itself.
There is a full
Just
bar in
here.
there. You can't necessarily see it because of all the people. There is a full bar in there.
I mean, I brought in people from ROEW because Storm was there that night
Yep.
with Collins.
Jacob Collins. You had is that Captain Law back there on the
Yeah, that's Captain Law. Sometimes we do have mess ups. Bringing Captain Law.
is that Mephisto?
Where at?
Standing back here with the belt.
Yeah, that's Mephisto had just won the U.S. Yeah, Mephisto had just won the United States title that night.
And he faced Prince?
Yeah, he beat Prince for it. They were having trouble with the music. Dirty always
Shocker,
had
baby.
trouble with the music.
Hey,
They're like,
long
we
as you
can't
make
get it
it
to
work.
start. And I was like, all right, well, just play the Foundation's music then.
You definitely couldn't listen if you tried.
That guy right there, he's been in every single show.
This one right here in the red hat?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my kids wanted to come out with me. They begged me to come out.
Hey, that's awesome.
Like,
I love that stuff. Oh, about the kendo stick. Nope, take the crutches too.
those were actually somebody's crutches. Like that guy, that guy did need them, but he said we could use them. So I was like, okay, I'll just grab them on the way. And there's my dad right there. There's my mom. I will say I was about 35 pounds, 40 pounds bigger than what I am now.
All you guys do is wrestle. You work it out all the time. You're bound to lose some weight somewhere.
I can proudly announce I'm under 300 pounds.
Let's go. Don't let nobody say this shit's unhealthy. What's going on over there?
I don't know, but I missed that belt. I really do.
Yeah.
Miss
Oh,
that belt.
I love that belt. I absolutely love that belt.
I'll say I like the one Omen has now too, but
yeah, but that one right there, I've always liked that one.
We tried to replica it. We tried to replicate it with the red strap, but it was smaller than, like, way smaller than that one.
Dang.
He works so. He is such a great heel. Like,
yeah.
I had so much fun wrestling him.
That's why you don't bring your children to ringside, dumbass.
Captain Marvel.
I should call CPS. That's what I should do.
I should call CPS. Smack the shit out of him.
He had a cup of. I hope it was water, but he had a red solo cup filled with something. I kind of just threw it in his face.
That is probably water.
Let's go, Soulja! Yeah! And Steve tucked it out of the ring.
I'll be back in a second.
Hey, good job, my man. You know what the hell? I gotta think that's smart on his part. Hey, happy man, you remember? You're a professional, and I'm the yard.
Yeah, that's what we built it. We built it around me coming out of the yard. This was our way to, being a yarder and him being the pro. So that was what we built it around.
It's a good story. There we go. I don't know what happened.
I'm beginning to believe it, and he's not working.
Yeah, I had so much. Like I said, I had so much fun. So much fun wrestling him. We just played off each other really well. From the moment we the first match, from the first one, when we were in the yard, we were just able to click.
You guys have chemistry together. You two. I think I've seen two or three of your matches against each other, maybe two. You definitely have chemistry.
The last time, like I like the whole concept. He told me, he's like, roll me up, you're gonna pin me real quick. So I out wrestled him, and that was like the whole story.
You beat him at his game, and he beat you at his game or your game. There it is.
And there's the first pinfall.
Stunned look on his face. Completely stunned. What's it like to hear them chanting your name like that? Because
Listen to them
that's a
chant my
big
name right
crowd.
now. Like The Rock says, man. I got, I'm not lying. I got Smokey sitting next to me. He could tell you. Listening to it, I got goosebumps now. Still listening to it. I love, and like now I'm like the Cody Rhodes of the IMF. Kids
The
love me.
beloved. Yep.
I'm beloved by kids everywhere, and like the adults don't, like certain adults, like I'm pretty sure Zilla's not gonna watch this because I'm on here, but they hate me for some reason.
hey, let them hate. You're doing something right if you got haters, right?
That right there, I thought I broke my nose.
Oh.
He came down and he kicked. When he kicked me right in my nose. And I like, you can see me trying to check my nose to see
Yeah.
if yeah. Like, 'cause when you like, my eyes instantly watered, so I was like, oh shit, I think he
Yeah,
just
you
broke
can't
my
see everything
nose.
blurry. Right now, this is the hardcore part, right?
Yeah, we're in the hardcore match.
So it's just everybody's beating the hell out of you.
I take a lot of ass whooping. I think I take just as many ass whoopings as Cena has. Type shit. Like, I take a lot of ass whoopings during my matches.
Me too. I like to sell.
Yeah, I enjoy the selling. Like, he was choking me,
Yeah.
and he comes over. I'm like, do it again. Like, do it again type shit. Like, get that heat. Like, I had it, like, at this past Winter Clash, I wrestled James Taylor,
Yes.
Justin Parsley, and I told, like, Taylor was at the beginning. Taylor's like stopping me in the corner, and he starts choking me out. And he's like, "Let's go." I'm like, "No, continue that." You know what I'm saying? Dude, keep
Dude, I
it
love the whole
going.
beginning. The concept of you and Taylor at each other's face.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
like Parsley's left out.
in the making. It was 2
Right.
years in the
Right.
making.
It was like Parsley's like, what about me? I just love that whole start of the whole match. It was great.
Yeah, man, I've had a real good time. Real good time. Like, I love the match, the interaction. I love interacting with the crowd. Like, I love the interaction I had against you,
You're a crowd pleaser. You are
where
definitely a
I
crowd
turned,
pleaser.
where I literally, that girl was booing me until I took her chair, and then she started cheering
Right.
me. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like,
You make fans, and it don't matter where you go.
but I
Listen to
also,
him again.
I will say I miss being the heel. I miss being a heel.
I never
Like,
really got to be a heel. Like I never really got to play a heel role.
and like that's why I like traveling. Like, I'll go to ROEW. I'm the heel. I'm the guy that took out Jack Delta.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm still
I came
face.
to you. I played the heel. When I came to DKW, when I came to WCE, I played the heel. And I like, now that I'm gonna start teaming with Parsley and
Hey, that's
stuff.
me.
Now that I'm gonna start teaming with Parsley and stuff, I like the fact that I can explore that. Like, I'm gonna be a heel outside of IMF. I'm a good guy there, but when I'm outside of IMF, I'm gonna be a heel.
It's your
You
home,
know?
and nobody can take that from you. When they show up there, you're the face. That's it.
And it's like, it's not I made myself the face. It's the crowd. That's the crowd likes me.
It's the home crowd. You have
Like, I
Iowa in the
think
palm of your hand.
I feel I don't want to be in Omen's spot, really, because like Omen, he's got to get them guys to hate him, and he's legitimately the hometown boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I see that he struggles with trying to get them to boo him. So I'm okay with him having to play the part as the face right now. You know what I'm saying?
He brought that up in his video too. Exactly what you were just saying. It was hard for him to be a heel when the fans are cheering him.
Right.
And it's just you can't control that. The fans' reactions is fan reaction. It's as real as it gets. And that's it. Oh, it's a 2.
Yeah, that was you didn't hear my wife scream. He kicked out. He kicked out. He
Yep.
kicked out.
And then I hear Levi. That was 2.
And then right there's my mom and my dad.
Yep, look at him.
He got splashed. And he
What's
just
that?
kinda, like,
He got his cookies. Yeah, he ain't
these
smashed
chair
your
shots
cookies.
pissed me off because they looked weak as hell. Now you can hear them like these guys, like people are screaming no because I'm getting hit.
I'm disappointed, Mr. Jason.
Remington, that was a weak ass hit.
What the?
I told him to hit my hand. Like if you see me, you can see me. I'm like tapping my hand, like I'm tapping the table. We're trying not to be seen. I'm like tapping the table, like hit my arm. Take out strength.
Ooh. Freddy with the case.
Yeah, look at my kids stomping out. They're jumping up.
Yes, Remington's getting his ass kicked by a bunch of kids. Love it.
Well, they're not a bunch of kids. Those are my kids.
Your kids.
Those are my kids because he keeps interrupting.
Yeah, he won't stay out of the match. Just even in the odds. That's all. And now this last part is the last man standing, right?
I still think we're still in the hardcore match.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You were. That was a 2 count.
We're still in the hardcore match. It's about to be over. I think pretty right here. I took the chair shot to the dome. They're gonna put. I think that's where they put the chair on my chest, and he. The lightest coup de grace I've ever felt in my life. I didn't even feel him land on me.
Even with the chair?
Yeah. That kid's like 110 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, I've taken quite a few coup de grace from him. Matter of fact, I think I faced him earlier that night.
Yeah, here comes that. Yeah, they took the. Yeah, you're in the tag team title match.
Yep, me and Donnie. That was almost all of his weight too.
It's kind of like I had another experience with that too. Like when I wrestled Parsley later, it was in June when I defended the title against him in June. He stepped on me and he like stood on me and was doing like the whole flexing his muscles, and then he like stomped and he got up. I didn't even feel it. He picked me up and put me around. I was like, "Did you just step on me and stand on me?" He goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "You're light as fuck."
What are they, like 130 pounds or something?
Yeah, dude, he was. I like this movie. Look at that style. That's a great style.
And that's the hardcore part. Now you're in the last man standing.
I always thought the next match couldn't start until they were both up. That's what I thought.
Aren't you supposed to like get up, like the ref gets you up, and then are you ready? Are you ready? And then boom.
Oh, look at his storytelling wise. He sent him back to the back because he's got this in the bag. I always get scared with that, with a simple power body slam like that.
A simple body slam? Why?
Yeah, it gets me nervous because the whole getting him around enough. I don't want to drop him on their head.
Don't want to, slip, lose grip on the shoulder or anything.
Or them lose grip on because they got to, they're putting their hand on my stomach or on my leg. I don't want them to slip.
Yeah. Just hope they post and they got it.
But I've never had a problem with it with him. Like, he's probably one of my favorite guys to wrestle. He's
Yeah, you
down
guys
for
do work.
whatever. He's
You
down
guys
for
work great
whatever.
together.
And it's just like me starting off because getting the LLC, and this is like our start as an indie company.
Right.
So like in my start of my indie career, he's that guy
He's
that
the one that introduces you.
I can definitely go back to that. Like I can call him up today and be like, hey brother, are you busy this day? And if he's not busy, he'll be here. Type stuff. So it's like I owe a lot to that guy. He taught me a lot.
Yeah, I've met him, I believe, twice. At least twice. Could be 3 times. Yeah,
And he's so respectable. Like,
Yep.
the next match we have later on after this.
Like he even came to the yard, right? He was in the backyard. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I
he was
first
at that Highway to Hell.
Yep, he was the mask guy that won the shot.
That's right.
At Winter Clash.
Okay, so then that was at Highway to Hell with the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I've definitely met the guy a few times. It's just amazing he came to your backyard to perform, and here he is, your guys' first live indie show, like, and he's in that main event with you, bringing that spotlight.
And then, like I said, later on, about 4 or 5 months after this, we wrestled again as for my dad. It was my mom picked him, like hand-picked him. I was like, Mom, you pick whoever you want me to defend the title against. And she goes, it has to be Steve. That was the last time my dad got to watch me live was against Steve. And like we worked out something where it was supposed to be just me against him, no good guy, no bad guy. We were just wrestling for my dad. But then we couldn't figure out how to run the match. So it's like we had to have a bad guy. So he went over to my mom and he was like, hey, this is what I kind of want to say so I can become the bad guy again. Are you okay with that? And very respectable dude, like very respectable. And the fact that he went over before he even like pitched it, he went over to my mom and was like, hey, to get the heat on me for tonight, so he goes over as the face. We need, can I say this, and this, and this? So I thought it was really cool that he did that.
Yeah.
But he took, I feel like in this match, the first stunner he took was my best stunner I've ever given.
Did that crowd work? Donnie.
Give that kid a mic. Now you gotta control what he says now. It's not hard it is to control what he says, like keep it PG a little bit.
Now, don't you have another commentator?
Now we do.
Yeah, you have a new commentator.
Yeah, his name's Sticks. The Prophet.
Okay.
He's kind of like it's like Jim Ross.
Oh.
It's like Jim Ross meet you got Dirty Jim Ross, who's the good guy commentator, blah blah blah. And then you got this guy who's like the Paul Heyman character. So it's like between the bickering between the two of them.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, nice little dynamic there.
It's starting to get there. It's starting to get there.
Oh, there's a lot of improvement in IMF. God, you guys got a stage now with the entrance. You guys lighting. There's more lighting each and every time I've been out there. You guys are updating almost every month. You guys have 2 rings now.
Yeah, we do.
And it's insane.
We want to start. What we want to do is we want to start collecting for that tall boy. We want a tall boy.
Yeah.
That's what we want. So we want to start collecting. We're going to start collecting.
Seeing some of these crazy moves.
Almost like we gotta get a tall boy.
Could you imagine? Oh wow! Imagine a cage in that. Could you imagine a cage on a tall boy?
Yeah, but I feel like these guys that suicide dive through the ropes and stuff. I feel like it would be more scary for them to suicide dive or jump over the top rope, out, like Felix. Felix likes to do the side suicide. Now you're dropping another like 4 feet, or another like 3 feet. So I
Yeah,
like I like these ones because it's more closer to the fans.
yeah, and I'm sure the fans like this.
I mean, yeah, we had some of them, dickhead fans that want to like grab the wrestler, like like the drunken guy at our last show, which I didn't think you could get. I honestly did not think you could be drunk enough to help Crimson out, but that guy was drunk enough to help Nicholas Crimson out. So
Yeah, you helped Crenson over Ox. What the hell?
or be drunk enough to think that you could take on Ox or Omen Black. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I said, I really like the story that we were telling. Him being the pro, me being the yarder, me not, never say die. That way, if you caught it, he, if you caught it, Jason Myers put his hand like a referee would do, put his hand in my hand to see if I was okay. Cause that chair shot caught me a little bit.
It was a loud one.
That girl right there got scared.
She got up and took off, cleared to the other end.
I love Levi's shoes with the British flag on them.
Yes. Are
The
those
boots.
his wrestling boots? Yeah.
Those are his wrestling boots. I
That's what I
love his
thought.
boots. And I'm proud that he's coming back. Like starting in April, he's coming back down every Saturday to train us.
Nice.
And I'm looking at October being like professionally trained by Levi McDaniel.
Nice.
So I could consider myself a professional at that time.
Well, I mean, you guys are basically there. We're not just not properly trained. Is that? You guys are
We don't.
pros. You
Yeah,
go.
that's the way I look at it. Like, and I've actually been told by some of the wrestlers that have wrestled me, like Steve, like Damian Saint, like we do it better than a lot of the guys that they wrestle. That we're able to do this better than them. I
Yeah.
remember, was it this show? It wasn't this show. It was one of our shows.
Keep
Damian
going.
wrestled.
All right, there we go.
So one of the shows, Damian was wrestling that with us, and then the next night he was somewhere else. So we all went to that second show so we could see him and and cheer him on and stuff. And we literally had fans from that show walk up to us and were like, "We were at your show just last night, and you guys did way better than these guys are doing. This is the worst hit I've ever seen in my life." Ready?
Oof.
Yeah, I don't even flinch anymore with those. I take them. I don't take the chair shot directly. I've only did that twice because Parsley caught me with one. Thank God it was one of the ones that the Halo wrecked in there, so they were like plastic.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah.
I I think I like taking that shot. I like taking that chair. Now here comes the kendo stick shot. The worst kendo stick shot I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't even sell it because I didn't feel it.
Did you hear the chick?
Yeah, she laughed at him. This leads into my favorite stunner I've ever given.
Oh, right here.
Look at that. My favorite stunner ever given.
I really like the. I like the one. The next one.
This one right here.
Next one you do to the Steve is the one I think.
The story we were telling is Levi was like, bro, you're not just a hardcore guy. I didn't know what he was going to say. He didn't tell me what he was going to say. He just said, I'm going to stop you and say something. So I was like, all right. So we set it up to where we were going to do that. And that him saying all that stuff was all him telling me right there. I heard it first off when you guys heard it.
And that's a professional right there. Yeah, I like this right here. You set it up. Boom. The way he bounced.
I was gonna stand there and sit there and do the count, and he's like, "Bro, you gotta get like I'm just sitting there like letting him count it, and then he comes over like, "Get up, bro," because I'm like, "Wait, I'm not even sitting on my feet. It'll be a
Kick you in your ass. Get up.
He's like, "Get up," so I can count 10. Because I was just like, so you know what I'm saying? It was the first pay-per-view like main event for our
Like
first
a
live
live,
show,
yeah, like a
and it was
live.
just like. It was coming to an end, so I was like, just taking that moment in. And he was like, "Bro, you gotta get up, so I can count to 10."
And there it is. You won. You got the victory. You hold that beautiful title.
Yeah, it was.
You got everybody celebrating with you.
Hey, this is that. I didn't. Okay, so I didn't like this part. Thank you. It was a clutter afterwards because, and they didn't even get the good clutter in. Like the Steve took the mic after what they don't show because they show what we have on camera before they click it off is the stuff with Captain Law, and then after that I'm walking to the back and the Steve called me back to the ring, and he was like he was putting over IMF, he was putting over me as a performer and a talent, putting over like the locker room and what we've done in such a small time, which
Yeah.
I'm really that's the one thing that I'm sad about that's not on there. Because that guy, he put over IMF after that match, and literally we skyrocketed. We had the next show was the first show in Palo, and then we've been we had a couple times where it was slow, but now, bro, we're selling out 100
That ended
tickets.
2023, right?
Yeah, that was the end of 2023.
So that means we started me at DKW, IMF, me, you, Omen, and Forsaken. We all started March of 23 together.
Yeah.
And we ended 23 doing a live show in Palo. That's how quick IMF.
How many people? Yeah, and how many people bought? You guys brought
we saw
bunch
sold
of
all the we made foundation shirts, DKW and IMF foundation shirts, and
all the shirts. Like you guys made a pretty penny on those.
Yeah, made $110. Yeah, sold every shirt. Sold every shirt.
It took, and like I said, it took off fast. It's real fast.
And you guys have only improved every month.
Last
show was amazing. The crowd was great. You guys were on fire. Everybody was just doing their thing. Everybody was hitting their marks. It was great. I mean, you had one little issue, but you guys handled it, and you handled it well. Like even when he grabbed CJ,
that guy ended up having to go to jail. I feel like because I think we had to call the police on him because he did make a threat towards Omen Black. So we had to call the police, and they took him out. They took him away. So wherever they took him, I don't know.
Felix handled it. I mean, Felix is a young man, and he handled that situation very well.
I'm so proud of Felix Jones.
Oh God, you should be.
I'm so proud that I can call him my son.
Yeah,
because that boy has a future in this business, and my roster.
Go ahead, gloat about him. Go.
My roster group chat made the Ox McCoy made the thing that I believe it was Ox McCoy that said it first, was that there's another royal family in the wrestling world, and because I have Felix Jones, and he's a phenomenal fucking worker, phenomenal wrestler. Yep. I couldn't be more proud and that I'm like I said, I'm so proud to
I'm
call him.
proud to know the kid. I really am.
And then people don't realize that I also have, Jimmy Payton,
Hmm.
who still does train, who does that, and just because his age and the
Right.
age that they won't let us put him on live shows, like he's
Yep.
still he's still putting in work. He's still doing what he needs to do. Like
He's only
he's
gonna be
can
more prepared. That's all.
yeah, and he's about to be 15, and he if you watch some of his old stuff, and even some of the stuff that he did on the pre-shows for IMF for the live for these Halo
He's
shows,
got
like
a character now. He's got a good, solid character now.
and yeah, and he's learning. Like Julian's been showing him stuff in the ring, so it's like he's that's right. He's right up there. He's right up there. I just got to get him to not be afraid to speak. You know what I'm saying?
We all had
And,
to get past that. Every one of
and
us.
that's another reason why. That's another thing I'm proud about Julian Felix Jones is the fact that he was able to get past that by pretty much verbally destroying Damian Saint one on one on a live show because he let Damian's like say whatever you want to say. So he just let how he felt, how Damian wanted to, help, and then then just dipped, and then wanted to come back and help, and how he felt about that type shit, and it worked. And now look at him. He can hold his own against on the mic. He can hold his own against anybody.
Right. He's
Like
got the athletic ability to beat anybody.
I mean that match between him and CJ Black, which I couldn't thank that kid and that guy enough. I
The last match or the first one?
both of them. The one when we went there, that was great, and that was like 20 minutes of talking. Like they came up with it 20 minutes before they started, and it was a one. It was a two take, but it was only a two take because something. Like I think CJ got gas for a second, so like they stopped it, and then they went back and they ran it through. But they started at the beginning, not where he
Hey,
last took off.
you
But they
know what?
started at the
Leave it in the comments if you guys want to get Felix on here. Maybe hear his side of the story on that match. That'd be interesting. I'd like to talk to
and,
Felix.
and then CJ reached out to me right after New Year's Vengeance. And he's like, "When's the next show?" And I was like, "The 22nd of February, King of Palo." And he goes, "I want in." He said, "Give me Felix, so I can give Felix
Yeah.
pay him back for the win." And he showed up on Friday. They got together for like a few hours, and then what you seen is like Julian or Felix. I guess everybody his name's Julian, but
Those who didn't
uh,
know,
he he picked up everything that CJ was showing him, like that. Just and I thought it was cool. If you watch the end of that match, he's like, "If I like the match, I'm gonna take the mic and I'm gonna say something about it." So I didn't know if he was gonna take the mic or not, but then I saw him start taking the mic. So then I was like, "Felix, get back to the ring." And watch that match and what he says at the end of it. Like that was all. That's all CJ being Chris. It's being him. Like he wasn't like it was a really cool. It was a good honor. And like you said, CJ, one of my favorite guys, greatest underground wrestler that's not been professionally trained, greatest wrestler that's never been professionally trained. I'll say that, and I will debate that. But fight me over it because, like I
yeah,
said, greatest
nope.
greatest non professional trained wrestler I've ever seen in my life.
I
The fact
second
that
that.
he can just see it and mimic it and be able to do it properly
His
and like
mind, his
yeah
mind works different. It's
yeah
for
I
wrestling. I
anytime that guy needs me, needs me to do
100%.
something for
Yeah.
him, just call me. I'll be there. And
Yep.
that goes for you guys too. Like
Yeah. You
call me.
know it. You know it.
I I love I my whole goal from the beginning of this was bring people together,
Right.
and
Yep.
it all kicked off. Like I'm glad the fallout because it started with the team us against somebody in Michigan. The guy liked to dress up as Kane. He had this money Mike guy. And I'm glad that fell through because as soon as that fell through, Omen's like, "Hey, go cut a promo and talk about this Dark Kron guy." And I'm like, "I like wait, like what am I supposed to? I like where is he from?" He's like, "Go DKW, man. They got the homemade like arena type thing, but they're good." So I watched a few things. And I'm like, all right. But then you came back and you're like, the popular monster. I'm gonna zombify your ass, and I'm like, oh. Son of
You
a.
know what's pathetic is that's the first time I had ever heard anything about Ronnie Radke or Escape the Fate or anything. Like I didn't know shit about that. I didn't even know that song until that summer.
Oh,
The
dude.
summer
I,
before.
I'm I'm a big Falling in Reverse fan. So it was
Escape the
like
Fate, Fall in
for you,
Reverse. Yeah.
for you to fucking come back at me with that and make it like I'm gonna zombify your ass. And I'm like, oh, you
Dude, I
killed
fell
me.
in love with that shit when I heard it. I mean, I was late to the party, but when I heard it, and you just so happened to be the
I
popular
was the
monster,
popular monster. Hey,
so I was like, I'm gonna
which
use that.
if he ever watches this, please allow me to use Popular Monster as my theme song because I was using it for the longest time, and now I get copyrighted every
He
time I
likes
use it.
wrestling.
Yeah, I get copyrighted every time I use it. Like, so if I know I'm like, all right, so who am I wrestling that I can? So it kind of turned into like a whole like a demon Finn Balor type thing. Like, if I use the Popular Monster, I'll use the face paint like I did
Oh
against
yeah, yeah,
Parsley.
yeah.
So it's like it's kind of like I want to pull it out as like a demon character. So those matches, I'm like, oh man, I'm probably gonna lose copyright. So I gotta use this sparingly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I guess this is an episode, and it was a hell of an episode. Thank you for
Well,
stopping
thank you for having
by.
me on. No, thank you for having me on, brother. Thank you for having me
Hey,
on.
I love hearing these stories. And this is a I mean, I was there, but I was not involved in this match. So I like hearing you talk about your opponent and what you guys were, what you thought a spot would be and how things went in the actual match. Like it's just fun to watch. And I appreciate you
Yeah,
coming here.
we we decided who was gonna win what type. You know, everybody knows the decision. So we knew what the endings of each one was, but everything in the ring was in the ring. Like what
Called it in
happened
the
now,
ring.
we called it in the ring. And it's like I said, working with him. It was the first main event, So I wanted somebody
You
that
want
knew
it to
what
be
they were
good.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted like that had been there before. That way, because this was our hello IMF. We're here.
And a
IMF is
lot
here.
and no lie, a lot of us in the locker room were a little overwhelmed that there was so many people there. We weren't really expecting that. So a lot of us
And
were kind of like,
but and what the great thing about that is, if you look at that whole show, you couldn't tell that
no. No, I think
they were
even
they
the
were
Freddie, there's a segment in between there with Freddie and Joe Stone. Like that went so crisp. It was, and
yeah,
it got
and
a
the
pop.
crowd went nuts when
Yep.
he speared.
Yeah.
I went nuts.
I mean, the
Well, you
kids
had
did. Everybody just did so awesome in that show.
so like from the the first match, the opening match was Uric versus Jacob Collins versus Jason Storm.
Jason Storm. Yep.
And at that time, Jacob Collins and Storm were beefing, were feuding
Hmm.
at their company. So, and the moment you walked in, just the moment you walked in, like that Storm came out because he was the first guy out. The moment Storm came out, it was like the crowd was nuts, and they were alive the rest of the night. Like he got them pumped, and we just kept it going. Like Jovi doing a
That was
suicide
the first
dive
time I met Joey. Yeah.
and
He
doing the
dove through the
suicide
ropes
dive.
right through
Yeah, when he
almost hit the crowd.
like for them to see, like they were able to see a big guy like that be able to do that was
Yeah.
like I said, all night was great, and
And I'm so
I
proud to be
tell
part of it. Thank you very
yeah,
much for letting me be a part of it.
no man, thank you for coming. Like this all IMF is where it's at now because of that feud, that IMF going to DKW. If we never would have done that, I don't think we would have we where we're at right now.
Now, me and Omen talked about like that started the whole almost this community we have now is when DKW and IMF shared the ring multiple times and then started like pulling everybody together instead of why are we hating on another organization or pushing one away? Why don't we all just come together and make magic? Let's make it bigger. And then we got
Right.
Tom Bryce to help grow and bring everybody together. It was just made it that much easier. The community has grown, and I believe it started with DKW and IMF, March of 23.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at all the way through 23, all we did was grow. Both DKW and IMF. And
But
then
many people don't know is you have all these characters on DKW, but you only have 3 people. Ultimately,
yeah.
it's 3 guys playing 4 or 5 different people, but your product is like you guys are awesome in the ring. Like the product's great. Like and like I said, if it wasn't for looking at our stuff, and then we got on the phone, we're like, hey, we want to come up there, we want to do something, and then you gave me a chance being taking the hardcore title,
Yeah.
which putting all those views on our channel, and then now look where it's at. It's in
It's
ROEW,
retired with just us. That
and then
title is retired with just us.
and
That's
then
me and you retired that.
but now like you guys have moved on to where you're in ROEW, which ROEW is one of the elite. IMF's elite, and there's ROEW.
You guys put
There's
us in that position. You guys gave us that spot.
No, you guys made it for you.
But you guys gave us that stage for other people to see us. Nobody's seen us before. Like even Big Man Cam. He lives in Ohio and didn't even know who we were. He couldn't find us. You guys gave us that stage, that spotlight, and people started starting noticing us. And then you guys brought us to SportsWire. And then really started bringing in some views for us. And then we started getting fans. So when we show up in IMF, I will never forget when me and Forsaken won the tag team titles at King of Palo. We had kids come up and ask for our autograph. That to me,
that's one of the greatest things I love.
I took that kid back in the locker room because he wanted to meet you, his favorite wrestler, and then you gave him a picture.
I just got to doing something like that. One of the fans that comes, his name's Mason. His birthday was this past show. I brought him in the ring because he was late, so I brought him after the show. I brought him in the ring, and we were talking, and he wanted a Popular Monster shirt. So I went. I made him one of my new ones that I'm about to debut this next show.
Ooh.
And I went to his house wearing mine, and wearing my stuff, not my gear, but like I'm Soulja GP dropping this off. I'm not Gary Patrick dropping this off. So I get to his house. He walks out his door. He's wearing one of these. Like it's cool seeing kids wearing these. Like so he's wearing one of these, and like
your trademark, man.
Yeah, and like the look on his face when he saw that he had a matching shirt with me. That's why I do it. I'm old, and I don't know how much longer I got.
I feel
but
I feel you.
That's the moments why I keep doing it, why I deal with the body pains and the next days and not being able to get up and stretch like I want to, being stiff. It's for those moments like that, being with the kids and
making them happy and seeing them smiles. Oh, geez.
I'd say I'm the John Cena of IMF, but he just turned heel, so I'm more. I guess I'm Cody Rhodes now. I'm Cody Rhodes of IMF.
There you go. All right, we're going to end this one. You guys, I hope you enjoy it. Go follow IMF. Got them up here you see on the screen. What do you guys got coming up? You got
March 22nd, Palo, Iowa, St. Patty's Day Massacre. Me and Justin Parsley are teaming up to go against the Midwest Express. We're also going against the Switchblades and now the Rock Stars of the Galaxy. Elimination for the tag titles. We don't care who's in it. We're just trying to take belts from the House of Wolves. So you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to weaken the House of Wolves. So
bring down the House of
Wolves. It'll be up on the page, shortly after that. If you can't make it live, it'll be on the page a week later. So
all right. Well, thank you. We'll see you guys around the next week. All right. Have a good one.